Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. Welcome to another Travel Tuesday. So today I've got a little bit of decoupaging to do for my winter projects, and I thought this part of the process is not going to be the most interesting, so I thought it would make a good Travel Tuesday episode. So today we're going to talk about Belgium. So I'll just show you quickly. These are the two napkins I've got. I've already gone ahead and removed the backing sheets. These are 3-ply. And I'm going to use glue stick. I've also got a whole heap of, these are from children's books, a book that I had as a kid. You know, the text isn't particularly interesting, but they are really nice and good quality paper. So I thought if I just do a bunch of napkins on here, then we would be able to do more things with them in another future video. But for now, bring the candle in. There we go. I can go there. If I move over, then there you are. So, would you like to join me? Hopefully. Hopefully I haven't scared you off already. Okay, so Belgium. So the reason I wanted to talk about Belgium was because we visited in December. So of course, being December, I wanted to, I guess talk about the wintry sort of vibes. Actually, just thinking about it, I'm going to just bring my mat out because otherwise I'm going to get a lot of glue on my desk, aren't I? Okay, if I do that, how's that? That's better, isn't it? Oh, and I'm sticking my fingers in the glue already. Well, this is going to go well. Welcome to my channel, everybody. Anywho, so yeah, Belgium, we visited in December. So of course, we went for some Christmas markets. It was a couple of years ago now because we did go before the dreaded C word happened. And we decided to just do a long weekend there, so it was just a short trip. This was when my husband and I were both working full time, so we would often just have long weekends away when we could, as well as like longer trips, you know, that kind of a thing. Anyway, we went to Belgium, so we ended up, we got the Eurostar there. Best way to travel in my opinion. I love the Eurostar. So we went from London to Brussels, which is the capital of Belgium, and we stayed in Brussels. We made Brussels our base, but we just positioning this. There we go. But we oh gosh, I said to myself, oh, I wouldn't need to concentrate with this one. I'm always concentrating though, aren't I? Anywho, yeah, we. Oh, goodness me. Pause and start again. Rewind. Yes, we made Brussels our base, and we saw actually 3 different cities in our time there. So we saw Brussels. We spent a couple of days exploring, which became actually one of my most favourite cities in all of Europe, easily. And there are several reasons why, which I'll talk to you about today. But yeah, we saw Brussels for 2 days, and we also saw Bruges, which is perhaps what Belgium is most known for. You know, Belgium was the one that I had known about. Bruges was the one I had known about beforehand. And then we also did time in Ghent, which is, it's a city in between Brussels and Bruges. So we were using the trains to get around. And because they have brilliant trains in Europe, don't they? I say that as a Brit. Our train lines here are not the best. They're expensive, they're old, delays, mostly expensive. In Europe, they really have got it together with their trains. They really, really do. Anyway, so yeah, so we were able to get trains really easily. So from Brussels to Bruges is about an hour on the train, and it was only like €5, so that was amazing. Anyway, so I'm just going to turn this heater off next to me because it's getting quite warm now. There we go, that's better. Let me just cut this one down. I'm going to be making all sorts of different things with these once I've done the decoupaging part, but that will be for a future video. For today, it's just the boring part of getting the napkins down on the book pages. So yeah, Brussels. Let's talk about Brussels first. As I say, that was where we spent, you know, the most of our time, and an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous city. So the main centre, like, I guess city centre, if you want to call it that, is called Grand Place. So a lot of the names are in French because that's a big language in Belgium is French. One of them anyway. And in Brussels they speak French. So yeah, Grand Place, really, really beautiful. The buildings there have got, it's like, if you imagine, so in Belgium, they have, their architecture is known as gabling or gables, where you have like a stepping like this. As the front of the building, at the very top, this is their roof. It looks like this. So if you imagine that with gold that glints in the sunlight, yeah, I bet you're picturing something really beautiful. And yeah, you wouldn't be wrong. You would not be wrong at all. Really beautiful in Brussels. More beautiful than I was expecting. So yeah, that is something. I think I can fit that there, yeah. I've only got 2 winter napkins, so I'm trying to do them in different ways, so that I can at least change it up a little bit. But I thought a good way to get the book pages and the napkins used up. What else did we do in Brussels? So obviously there was, yeah, the main square. They have a comic book murals that you can do a walking tour for. We did a self-guided tour. Oh, you can tell, that's Kai. I've got the heater on, so of course he wants to come in here with me. He loves the warm. Yeah, so you can see all these comic book murals. So the Smurfs, Tintin, the Asterix comics. If you know any of those, then they originated in Belgium. So they were invented by Belgian artists, or yeah, artists, I guess. And in Brussels, you can go around and see over 50 comic book murals. And so the Smurfs one was one of my favourites. It was huge. So it was a little difficult to find. It turned out to be underneath an archway close to one of the train stations. And you had to walk under this archway and look up, and the mural was all across the roof of this archway. And it was easily, I don't know, something like 30 metres, 40 metres wide by probably about the same in you know, this way. And I'm thinking someone painted with their arm upside down this great big mural, and it was all like you know how the Smurfs village, they're all going about their you know, their daily chores or whatever. It was like that. It was incredible. It is incredible. As always, there are photos on my travel blog if you'd like to see anything that I'm describing, because you know, it is different to see it. I appreciate that. So yeah, we did a full day or full morning of finding all these murals, as many as we could find anyway. So yeah, we found loads. What else did we do? I wanted to see some of they're called galleries. They're basically indoor shopping centres or shopping malls, but they're beautiful. And again, they're sort of modelled on Paris and the French architecture. But if you go to find all of the galleries in Paris, each of them has a different sort of vibe, and they are absolutely beautiful places. The most beautiful shopping mall you could find anywhere for the architecture. And it's no different in Brussels. There were loads of them there as well, or a handful at least. So they've got the main ones, which is where some of the most famous chocolate shops are, because of course when in Belgium. You must have chocolate. And that was named after, it was called Gallery of the Kings. And you had Gallery of the Queens and Gallery of the Princes. Obviously that's the translation, it was all in French. And then they had a few more that I managed to find, which were lesser known. Like one of them in particular seemed to be just locals, and it had secondhand books inside. Really, really beautiful. And being, you know, December, they had the Christmas trees around and stuff like that. So yeah, really glad to have seen those. And of course, speaking of chocolate, so when in Belgium, Scott and I did our own self-guided chocolate walking tour. So we went around all of the chocolate shops that we wanted to go to. So there was New House, which is, they invented the praline back in, I don't know, the 1800s, sometime then. Late 1800s probably, sometime around then. Yeah, they invented the praline. You had Mary's chocolate, which was, they were like famous for doing stuff with ruby chocolate, so pink chocolate. And then you had, you know, a bunch of others. We just went around, we must have gone around about six chocolate shops, all different. And we got our advent calendar from there. Not the one you've seen in my December dailies, but just a normal advent calendar. We wanted that for when we were there because, you know, I couldn't possibly be there across the 1st of December and not have an advent calendar, could I? This is me. So we bought one, and we bought one from New House. So it was really, really posh chocolate, and yeah, lovely, lovely advent calendar that was. Praline is one of my favourite chocolates, and to be fair, I would say Belgian chocolate is easily like my favourite. I've wrinkled this one up a little bit. My hesitation to put it down. Yeah, Belgian chocolate is easily my favourite, followed by Swiss chocolate in a close second. I love creamy chocolate, and I love praline. So yeah, of course, rightly so, Belgium was like my favourite place because of that probably. But no, I'm just kidding. It was just beautiful. Oops, sorry. It was just beautiful, and such a fun vibe with these comic book murals. Honestly, these things were like adorning the sides of buildings and shops, and they were massive, really, really big, you know, as high as as high as you can see kind of thing. Massive murals. And so yeah, that was just really, really fun. And yeah, loved it. So then we also, as I said, explored Bruges. We did a walking tour around there. I think that might have also been a chocolate walking tour, but this time it was guided, so we could learn about the history of the place and like more about the culture, I suppose. Now I liked Bruges. Bruges was actually the reason I wanted to visit, because I don't know if any of you have seen the White Queen TV series. It's quite old now. I want to say it was maybe 2010. I don't know, it is quite old, but it was a really fun series about the Plantagenet royal family. And that was filmed almost exclusively in Bruges. So I wanted to go mainly for that. So of course we also got to see a bunch of those places. What's that? Oh, that's just an offcut. Yeah, we wanted to see those because I love seeing filming locations in places that we travel to. It's so fun, isn't it? Now I have lost my blue tits, but I'm thinking that I might actually save these and take the poinsettias off, like go around the poinsettias and put those onto envelopes or something. So I'm going to keep those little offcuts. Where's my glue? Here it is. So that was Bruges. We only spent sort of the best part of a day there because as I say, we were just trying to see as much as we could in the time that we had. But we also went to Ghent, which, as I say, is in between Bruges and Brussels. And that was a beautiful city. And really, it was the architecture. And it was just the whole vibe of the place. Like, I know we were visiting in December. So, of course, we had, all the Christmas markets and the Christmas decorations were in the shops. And trust me, they really take time with their Christmas displays and their window displays. But there was just this vibe. It was this really relaxed vibe. Despite it being Christmas and, December and everything, we thought maybe it would be busy because of the Christmas markets. But there was just this really relaxed approach to it. And, you could enjoy your hot chocolates outside, because they would often have, like at the cafes and things, they would have heaters outside. So you could sit there and just literally watch people go past, and just have this beautiful, beautiful hot chocolate, and just people watch. Just the whole vibe of the whole trip was just not like any city break I think we've done before. When I think about our city breaks, they've always been, quite hectic. Not just from the stuff that we've wanted to do, but from how busy or touristy they might have been. And honestly, these cities in Belgium just felt anything but. They did not feel touristy, even though, rightly so, they probably are. They just felt like what you would expect to see from this a European city. Just, beautiful. And as I say, it was the architecture and these comic book murals, which I'll never forget. And and the fact that you can get the Eurostar, I love travelling by Eurostar, because from London to Brussels, I think it was about 2.5 hours, so nothing at all. The train is quite comfortable, and you don't have to go through the same rigmarole through security as you do when catching aeroplanes. So you don't have to get there 2 hours in advance or anything. Even with the new, that B word, Brexit, even with that, you still have less time than you need for aeroplanes. So, oh, here they are. Right, what can we get from this? I'm trying to find, these are going to make all different types of ephemera. But I guess I'm just trying to make sure that I've used the napkin in different ways, so that things don't look too samey. That's what I'm trying to think about as well. So I'll do that. I have got the blue tip here, but I think we could probably cover that when we decorate the pieces, however, whatever these are gonna come out like. So there's not really a huge amount to say about Belgium, because, we were only there for a few days, but I wanted to just talk about it because, as I say, it ended up being one of my favourite cities. And, if I could go back to Brussels, not so much Bruges and Ghent, but definitely Brussels. If I could go back there tomorrow, I would in a heartbeat, because I just loved it there. I really, really did. And, well, as I say, Belgian chocolate's my favourite too. But I promise we didn't go there for that reason. One of the reasons maybe, but not the sole reason. Right, that's enough glue. Alright, that's a really short Travel Tuesday episode, isn't it? So come on, Justine, think of something else. They had Christmas markets there. Oh, that's something I'll tell you about. So, Bruges had a Christmas market, but because we were doing this walk-in tour, we didn't really spend much time at that one. We focused more on the Brussels one. And the Brussels one is called, I think they called it Winter Wonderland, and it was amazing. So their tree was donated by Finland in that particular year. So different years means different sponsor cities, I guess. And the year that we visited was Finland, which is quite apt considering my last Travel Tuesday episode was about Finland. So you also saw like handcrafted wares from Finland as well. Like they had some market stalls, almost like a Finnish area. And you know, other years might be like Sweden or Norway or Germany. You know, it was all different like that. You know, different years, different sponsor countries, I guess. Now, how should I use this? Again, I've got those poinsettias, so I think I'll keep those. I'm just looking at this little blue tit and thinking, so I'll keep that one to one side. Can I use this sort of chopped through his nose a little bit, his beak? He's mostly on there, but I think, yeah, it would just be a bit weird. So again, I'll keep that for the poinsettias. Okay. So we'll do that in another video, you know, coming to actually use these pieces in you know, doing something more than this. I just felt like, because I had to do this step anyway, I might as well, you know, try and record the process and have a travel Tuesday at the same time. So I'm going to do this last napkin. I've got these lovely winter deer again. And as I say, we'll do another video, like a normal video, not Travel Tuesday, where we will look to actually do something with these. So I'm thinking about making, of course, like journal cards and tags, but I also want to make things with like flip outs for my altered file folders, or at least a flip out. I would quite like to do that depending on what these look like. Possibly this one might be nice with those poinsettias. We'll just have to see when we cut them down. So I'll probably leave it there because I don't have anything else to say about Belgium, although I was saying something, wasn't I? I got distracted by the Christmas markets. I will just say this, one thing that you have in the winter parade in Brussels is they the Grand Place town centre, city centre that I mentioned, they light it up with lights and music at like winter, Christmas, and that was just, if the place was beautiful already, it was even more beautiful with these like silver sparkly lights and things like that. So yeah. If you ever get a chance to visit, I would highly recommend Brussels especially. And if you do want to, you know, see photos from our trip and such like, then I do have lots of blogs about Belgium. I did write about Belgium quite a lot actually, because I loved it so much. So I will link the blogs down below so you can have a look at our pictures and things. But yeah, aside from that, I'm just going to battle with this last napkin. Oh, it was going so well. I have got some wrinkles doing it this way with the glue stick, but it has been a lot easier than if I had, oh no, she says. If I don't faff with it, it's fine. Then if I had matte mediumed it, I think I would have gotten a lot more wrinkles. And this way, so for those of you wondering, I'm not expecting the glue stick to be the only thing. I might be able to go over it with matte medium once they're dry. Now, you know, they're nicely stuck down, but that might give it an extra layer of protection if I want to. Otherwise, however I use these, I will sew around everything. But doing it this way, it gives everything a really nice texture as well. And like I say, when you don't faff with it, it's really, really easy to do it this way. So that is everything. I feel like I've just nattered on for 25 minutes about nothing proper. So maybe I was concentrating more than I thought I would be, but that's okay. I hope you've enjoyed listening anyway. I'd love to know what you were up to whilst I was chatting. Like, did you have me on in the background whilst you, I don't know, did some sewing or fussy cutting or something? I'd love to know about it, so please do let me know. Aside from that, I will love you and leave you. And the next time you see these will be a follow-up video. Not sure when, but sometime. and we will actually make some things with these pieces. So that's it. I think I've talked myself hoarse now. I might have to have a cough sweet. So thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for keeping me company again. I really appreciate it, and we'll speak soon. Goodbye for now.